What's going on YouTube? Today we are reacting to Barcelona are finally scary again. As you guys know, their preseason has gone successfully. They haven't lost. They've scored over 15 goals throughout 4 games, which is crazy. And yeah, let's get into this video.
Barcelona are back on top, but don't be fooled. This video isn't just a welcome Rashford. This video is about something much bigger, about how Barcelona want to turn one isolated triumph into an empire. Because for the first time in years, Barca didn't just win, they sent a message. No one here is satisfied with just one trophy. So what changes now? Rashford arrives, Yamal keeps evolving, Flick tightens the system, and suddenly, we're no longer talking about a team in rebuilding mode. We're talking about a team that could dominate La Liga and leave Real Madrid gasping for air. If you think you already know what to expect from Barcelona this season, you're in for a surprise.
Be honest. Do we think that Barcelona can win everything this season? My expectations for Barcelona this season: win the league, win the Champions League, honestly win every competition. There's no excuse. Everyone is healthy. They got rid of some pieces. Inigo, Ter Stegen is on his way out. I mean, we have Ferran, Lewandowski, Rashford, Lamine, Rafinha, Dani Olmo, Gavi, Frankie, Fermin. We have just so many pieces, bro. There's no excuses.
Barcelona finished last season sending a message no one could ignore. They had reclaimed the throne, and they're more dangerous than ever. For years, we heard the same narrative. Barca are rebuilding. Barca are trying to find themselves again. But the 2024-25 season killed that story. This isn't a team trying to remember who they once were. It's a team that already knows exactly what it wants and has started taking what's theirs. The numbers speak for themselves. 102 goals in La Liga alone and 171 in total. More than PSG, more than Bayern, more than Manchester City. Barcelona became statistically the most offensive team in Europe. And against Real Madrid, the story was even more brutal. 16 goals in 4 Clásicos.
Listen to that. 16 goals in 4 Clásicos. That's insane. That's insane. Real Madrid is supposed to be a team that matches Barcelona. Their games when they play, it's supposed to be a 1-1, a 2-2, a 3-2, a 4-3. It's supposed to be neck and neck. But this season it seemed to be easy for Barcelona every time they play them. Barcelona looked forward to play Real Madrid. You know what I'm saying?
That wasn't balance, that was domination. There was the 4-1 at the Bernabeu, a thrashing that made it clear respect had switched sides. There was a commanding home win, and there was a confidence we hadn't seen since the days of Messi, Suarez, and Neymar. Barca stepped on the pitch against their biggest rival knowing they were going to win. And that didn't happen by chance. Hansi Flick, the coach with a reputation for reviving players and creating lethal systems, rebuilt Barcelona from top to bottom. Up front, Robert Lewandowski, at 36 years old, proved he's still a monster. 42 goals this season. Rafinha stopped being inconsistent and had the best season of his career. 34 goals and 25 assists. Pedri became the maestro. He led all midfielders.
I feel like Barcelona isn't Barcelona without Pedri. I feel like Pedri is the heart of that team. When Barcelona needs to be calm on the pitch, Pedri controls the pace. When they need to be quick, he controls the pace. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's the heart. He's the engine.
In Europe's top 5 leagues in ball recoveries, averaging 6 to 7 per game, and finished second in completed passes in the opponent's half with a 90% success rate. He covered more than 11 kilometers per match, scored 6 goals, delivered 8 assists, and pulled off that absurd strike in the Copa del Rey final against Real Madrid.
Banger, by the way.
At the back, Kubarsi, only 18 years old, played as if he were 30. Anticipation, composure, and a rare maturity for someone who should still be in the youth ranks. But even with all that firepower, there was one problem everyone saw. The attack was predictable. Every play went through Lamine Yamal. He's brilliant, but when opponents doubled or even tripled up on him on the right wing, Barcelona ran out of ideas. And this is where...
Which is what Inter did. Inter knew that Lamine was going to get the ball, and they literally put three defenders on him. They put DiMarco, they put Bastoni, and they had a CDM drop back as well. It was insane. They had...
The 2025-26 season begins differently. Now, with a deeper squad and a new piece, a piece coming from England, Barca aren't just the team everyone respects, they're the team everyone will fear. That piece is Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford didn't arrive at Barcelona as a hero. He arrived as a gamble, and to understand the weight of that, we need to remember who Rashford really is. In 2016, an 18-year-old kid came out of Manchester United's academy and debuted against Midtjylland in the Europa League. 2 goals in his very first game. 3 days later, another 2 against Arsenal in the Premier League. That week, Rashford made headlines all over the world. For years, it felt like nothing could stop his rise. And then came the season every player dreams of, 2022-23. Rashford was unstoppable. 30 goals, 12 assists. He tore defenses apart. Against Manchester City, he scored twice in the derby. Against Arsenal, a screamer from outside the box that still plays on Premier League highlight reels. Against Liverpool, he decided the game at Anfield. Rashford became the face of United, the man who carried the team in the big games. But then came the fall. The following season was a nightmare. Manchester United turned into a disorganized side. No system, no identity, and Rashford sank with them. There was a game against Tottenham where he missed sitters. Against Newcastle, he was booed. Against Chelsea, he started on the bench. His confidence evaporated. The fan base split. Some said he no longer wanted to be at United. Others claimed he was playing through injury. But the truth was, Rashford just looked switched off. Then came the attempt at a reset, a loan move to Aston Villa. And look, it wasn't a disaster. He showed flashes of the Rashford everyone knew, scored against City, got an assist against PSG, found the net in a tough match against Arsenal, but they were just flashes. He couldn't sustain the form. It felt like his career had reached a crossroads.
That's what we need, bro. We need Rashford to be consistent. If he could play consistently, oh my gosh.
Either he rediscovered his spark, or he'd become another what-if story. And that's when Barcelona came calling. Why? Because Barca saw what many had forgotten. Even after the ups and downs, Rashford is a player with a type of threat no one in the squad had. He's fast, he's strong, he's direct. He doesn't ask for permission to attack space. He just...
Who starts? Who do we think starts? Now that Rashford's at Barcelona, who do we think starts? Will it be Lewandowski? Will it be Ferran? Will it be Rashford? Will Rashford play another position that's not striker? Who knows? Who knows what Hansi Flick? He could do a lot with this lineup.
Goes. And when a player like that is in form, he forces defenses to drop back, to open gaps, to make mistakes. The Rashford coming to Barcelona isn't here to be a savior. He's here to be the missing piece. And if he becomes the player we saw in 2022-23, or even half of that player, the impact could be huge. Because that Rashford doesn't just score goals, he changes games. If Barcelona are terrifying again, there's one name at the center of it all: Lamine Yamal. At just 18, he's already done what many stars take an entire career to achieve. Last season, he scored 25 goals and delivered 18 assists, and these weren't meaningless numbers in low-pressure games.
25 goals.
In the Champions League, Yamal destroyed Inter Milan in the semi-final. First, he left Dumfries on the ground with an outrageous dribble. Then, he provided the assist that paved the way to the final. In the Clásicos, the weight didn't faze him. Against Real Madrid, he scored...
He had fun against Madrid. When Lamine plays Madrid, he has fun, bro.
scored, assisted, and, more importantly, made their defenders look like amateurs. There was one moment at the Bernabeu where he drew in 3 players, spun, and opened up space for Rafinha to score. And the records speak for themselves. Yamal became the youngest player in Barcelona's history to reach 100 games, the youngest to score in the Champions League, the youngest to score at the Euros, the youngest to score in a Clásico. But what's most impressive isn't just the numbers, it's his maturity. At 18, he already plays like a veteran. He attracts 2, 3 defenders, waits for the right moment, then slips the pass or cuts inside and finishes. He doesn't force the play, he creates the play. And that's where Rashford comes into the equation. Because until last season, opponents knew exactly what to do. Double or even triple mark Yamal, and it worked. When he was shut down, Barca ran out of options. Now, that changes. With Rashford on the left, Yamal is no longer the only source of danger. If the defense swarms him, Rashford has space to receive on the other side. If they split their attention, Yamal has room to create. If Rashford is chaos, Yamal is order.
In order for that to happen, though, Rashford has to be in form. We do know this, right? Rafinha is in the picture. Lewandowski's in the picture. Will Rashford get enough minutes? The whole thing is, what is Hansi going to do with the lineup? That's literally the question.
Rashford accelerates, Yamal dictates the tempo. With Rashford on the left and Yamal on the right, Barcelona completely changed the way they attack. Last year, the team relied too much on one side. Every play went through Yamal, and opponents knew it. Real Madrid doubled up on the kid, sometimes even tripled. It worked. The right side was locked, and Barca ran out of space. Now, that won't work anymore, because with Rashford out wide on the left, Barcelona's pitch is stretched to full width. If you double Yamal, Rashford gets a one-on-one, and Rashford in a one-on-one is a nightmare for any fullback. He's scored goals like that against PSG, City, and Liverpool, attacking space, cutting inside, and finishing before the defense can react. If you double Rashford, Yamal is free. And Yamal with space is an unstoppable playmaker. He doesn't just dribble, he finds passing lanes. He sets up plays that look like magic. But the impact goes beyond the obvious, because now Hansi Flick can switch systems without losing firepower. In the classic 4-3-3, Yamal and Rashford stretch the pitch, force the backline to drop, and pin the fullbacks. In a 4-2-3-1, one of them can drift inside, especially Rashford, who has already played as a center forward for United, and create numerical superiority in midfield. Even on the counterattack, something Barca rarely exploited, this duo changes everything. Because Rashford and Yamal have the pace to break in transition and punish any team that pushes up too high.
Basically, he's saying that Rashford will play left mid. Will Rashford play left mid? I don't know. Honestly. I don't know if he'll play left mid. The reason why is Rafinha is on the pitch. You know what I'm saying? Rafinha is on the pitch, so I don't know if Rashford could get that position. Do you take out Rafinha after the 60th minute and put in Rashford? I don't know. Do you take out an older Lewandowski and maybe put in Rashford? It all depends where Hansi Flick wants to put Rashford. I think it's gonna be tough because at striker you could put Rashford, you could put Lewandowski, you can put Ferran. At left mid you could put Rafinha. Same thing, you could put Rafinha, you could put Ferran. It's just tough. You got the youngsters Hansi Flick has been putting in the preseason. I mean, it's a lot of players he can use. It's a lot. I'm just curious what he's gonna do. Is Dani Olmo gonna start? Is Fermin gonna start? Is Rafinha gonna play cam? Is Rashford gonna play left mid? Like, who knows what could happen with this Barcelona team, bro? It's insane, honestly. It's just so many ways the lineup can go. I don't like that Inigo left. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Araujo, in my opinion, he's shaky in the back. He's too aggressive sometimes. He's not patient. I feel like Inigo and Cubarsí was the best duo center back they could have had. My opinion. They had the chemistry. it was set. I don't know why sell him. I don't know what was the point. I don't know. I don't know. But that's it for the video, guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys. And let me know what you guys think about Barcelona this upcoming season. It's gonna be interesting. Let me know what you guys think Hansi Flick is gonna do with the lineup. That's the most vital part, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys, and I'm catch you guys in the next video. Peace.